So my unpopular opinion this week. Welcome to the Antisocial Commentary Podcast. We are Antisocial. I'm Chris. I'm with Katori. Today, we're actually going to talk about the Deadpool. This is going to be our non-spoiler free Deadpool review. So, if you have not seen Deadpool...
Non-spoiler free?
Non-spoiler. Is it non-spoiler free? Is that right?
It's spoiler.
It's spoiler free.
No. It's a spoiler review.
Spoiler filled. Okay, well, it's good. We're gonna have spoilers on this
Major
one. Yes, we're gonna talk. We're actually gonna talk about the movie. You just saw it. I've seen it this weekend. Right. Yesterday.
I just left the theater.
Okay. I don't know how you felt about it. You kind of know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna jump into the podcast, or I guess review. I don't know if we're gonna consider this a podcast or not, but you want to go first? You want me to go first?
So initial reaction for this film, I was enjoying the first few minutes of the movie. When we start going into the review, I'll give you my pros and cons. But initially, I was enjoying it, and then the middle started happening in the end, and I was like, I don't think I like this. So that's just a quick initial reaction. I'll give more thoughts and stuff about it. But it's not the best.
I thought Deadpool 2, ultimately was, I don't want to say boring, because it wasn't, although I was in the theater and I was struggling to stay awake, boring isn't what I would describe it as. It just wasn't good.
Right.
Deadpool 1 was interesting from cover to cover. It had, the action scenes were good, and the jokes were landing. I felt like the jokes on this movie were they just were. I felt, what, the best way to describe it, I think Deadpool 2, they tried too hard.
Right.
I felt it just seemed like they were trying too hard to make things work, and they just were not working. They weren't funny.
Yeah.
I thought the action set pieces were horribly CG. The CGI was horrible.
Okay.
I felt like it just wasn't as. It wasn't as, and this could be my own fault, but I went in there with the expectations that I had for the first movie, which
it was just a surprise.
Well, let me rephrase.
Expecting that movie to be so good, but it was great.
Exactly. I went into the first movie with lower expectations, but after seeing the first movie, I was like, okay, so y'all set the bar here. I expected the second one to be on the same level as the first one.
Yeah. And
it really wasn't.
Yeah.
If I had to give Deadpool 2, if I had to give Deadpool 1, stars out of 5 stars, I'd probably give it 4.5 to 5 stars, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Deadpool 2, I would probably have to say
2
at the most. 2 is being generous. Like I said, I shouldn't be feeling like I need to fall asleep during a movie, and our movie was at 1, so it's not like I went late at night or anything that. So I didn't like Deadpool 2. I want to put it out there. Did you dislike? I don't know what you.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't think that it was one of those movies I'm gonna hate forever, because there are some movies that I absolutely hate.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't hate this movie. I didn't think it was good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there are some things that I actually liked quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some things that I have major problems with, which is
the CGI.
I literally have a pros and cons list. So if you want to dive into this right now, we can.
That's fine.
So let's just dive into it. So I'll do my pros first, and then we'll
I would like to talk about the things we liked first.
Okay, so things I liked, I thought the action was good.
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk about CGI later, but I thought the action was good.
Mm-hmm.
The director of this movie actually did John Wick.
Yes.
So, of course the action was going to be good. It was going to be, every punch that hit, I thought it was great. Another part that I liked a lot was the opening credits, because it looked like that particular opening credit with the
James Bond, with the
Celine Dion music playing. That's something that you would see normally at the end credits. So I thought that was pretty funny. I thought the music, just like the soundtrack, I don't really remember the score, but I remember the music that they were playing.
See, that's the music I would put on my cons list. I felt like they were trying too hard in the sense of finding music to that's gonna make them laugh. Let's play that song.
Okay.
So I felt like they were doing that on purpose. Like they played what song I forgot. Oh man, come back to me.
What was the scene? Do you remember the scene?
Yes, when oh shit, I don't. Come back to me.
Okay, we'll come back. Another thing that I liked, a major pro was Domino.
Zazie Beetz did. Oh, hey, do you watch Atlanta?
I don't watch Atlanta. I haven't started it yet.
Okay, so
she's on the show though. I know.
Yes, on Atlanta, her character on Atlanta. I don't necessarily dislike or like. I just feel like she's kind of just there.
Yeah.
So I feel like she doesn't really get time to really shine on Atlanta. I felt on Deadpool 2, she really had a you were able to see some personality from her, because on Atlanta, if you ever see it, she's kind of like, her personality hasn't really been showcased very much on Atlanta.
Yeah, she was very likable, very personable here.
Funny.
Yeah, she was funny. She was very funny, and I like the idea that they didn't ever specify it, but doing research in the film to kind of get people to understand why she's got like the white on her skin. It was just like vitiligo, so I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the character of Domino in the comics, but I do know about the whole luck factor, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Another thing that I liked, and this is probably the only thing, or not the only thing, this is the last thing on my list, was the cameos. I thought the cameos were pretty funny. There were some I didn't catch. You mentioned Matt Damon was in there, but I thought the cameos were funny, like that part toward the beginning with the X-Men.
The X-Men cameo was
and Hank
definitely
McCoy's
funny.
like, oh, let's just close this. I thought that was pretty great.
That was definitely probably the one moment in the movie where I actually laughed out loud. I was like, oh shit.
I was like, Hank McCoy's like, nope.
So I mean, who was in that scene? I know Beast, Professor X. I remember Storm.
That's what they call him, Flash. Wow, Quicksilver was there.
Quicksilver was there. Yes.
I want to say Jean Grey was there, but I couldn't tell because there was someone sitting right next to Storm, but I couldn't tell who it was. And I almost want to say Wolverine was in that scene too, but I
no, Wolverine was in the end. He was
okay.
Where they showed Deadpool go back in time, and
it's funny.
And there's another thing about the this is probably a negative, but the end scene where they showed him reading the Green Lantern and killing himself for doing it. I was like, you kind of rehashed you did this joke already in the first one.
Yeah.
So it's just like, we get it. Green Lantern was a horrible movie.
It's actually funny.
It was a bad choice that you took that.
There are good parts about Green Lantern.
Sinestro. I can't think of one.
Sinestro was great. But it's
the
funny.
Casting for Sinestro maybe. But,
he's gonna be in Shazam, by the way. Anyway, Warner Brothers actually tweeted at Ryan Reynolds, and because I guess they figured out that there was a joke in that movie, and they're like, we tried to give you a ring, and it was like this whole joke. But kind of going into like my gray area parts of the film, I have two characters. That's probably the only thing that's.
Let me guess. Juggernaut and the main villain, Fire Fist.
No, those are all Khan.
Oh, okay.
So, my.
Oh, spoiler alert! Juggernaut does make an appearance in this movie.
Alert, and we'll talk about him in a minute.
Yes.
But Vanessa, she's kind of in a gray area for me. I don't really understand because I know that character's supposed to turn into Copycat, which
but
I don't get it.
And the whole thing about this movie is that she's dead, and it's kind of like him going to, I don't know what that's supposed to be, heaven or purgatory, whatever it's supposed to be, where he was going to be with her forever.
From Black Panther.
Yeah, right. So
yeah, we'll get into the story. We'll get into the story.
Well, according to I can't remember, one of the writers on Twitter had someone asked on Twitter. Apparently, the ending where he goes back and kills the guy that killed Vanessa actually was canon. So I think Vanessa's still alive.
Okay.
So I don't know if she's gonna be in the next Deadpool, if they're making another Deadpool or whatever have you.
Yeah, it depends on how much money this movie makes, really.
Oh, it did pretty well. It did good. So far, I think it got 300 million. I think so far. It's one weekend. So
there's the budget right there. So we're good.
I think that. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's an R-rated movie, but it's still a very famous property, very lucrative property, so it's gonna do well. And excuse me, it seems to be getting good reviews. But all Marvel movies get good reviews because people are too scared to talk out against Disney. Well, this isn't Disney, but
it's about to be.
Yeah, right. But a lot of people, that's how I could tell. A lot of people don't know what's Disney and what's not. Aren't really reviewing things with their heart because they know that Marvel is Disney, so let's not say nothing about it. But this one technically is not. And people thought, personally, personally, I think a lot of all the Fox movies so far have not been great. I mean, you got Logan, which was good. The first X-Men, which was good. The second X-Men was good. I mean, first X-Men First Class was also good. Fox has their track record with movies is just not great because you have X3, which was abhorrent. People love Days of Future Past, and I don't
like
get
it, especially because right before I saw that movie, I was like, I know this is like a major, comic book line. So I watched the animated episode and I read the comic, and I was like, what is this? I was like, when can Kitty Pryde travel through time?
It just
how?
I thought, that.
And where's Bishop?
Ultimately, he was in there. I just ultimately felt like Days of Future Past. I mean, it was just boring. It was a boring movie. I mean, there was nothing interesting about it.
And don't talk about Apocalypse.
We will. Yeah, Apocalypse. I don't have enough time on this podcast to talk about my issues with Apocalypse. So I just feel like the Fox has had a horrible track record with movies. When you go and think about the X-Men franchise, the Fantastic Four, all three attempts that they've had were I will say the first Fantastic Four was not horrible.
I like the cast.
Yeah, I like the cast. Well, Jessica Alba.
I was going to say, Jessica Alba's character would be
actress. But
yeah, but I mean, she's worth $1 billion right now.
Yeah, she's doing alright. She's doing quite fine.
But I like, I can never pronounce that guy's name, and he's one of my favorites because of
Michael Chiklis?
No, the other guy who plays Reed Richards, like I know his name, but I can't pronounce Eolin or that's wrong. I'm so sorry, but I love him. I love him. And then of course Chris Evans, who's Captain America, but I still thought that he was a great Johnny Storm.
I thought he was too. And the Fantastic Four, Fantastic. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Not a good movie. It
tried it.
It's not even a good superhero movie. Like it's like God damn.
There was one good scene in that movie, and that was when Dr. Doom was like green or whatever skin color it was, but that whole like fight sequence in the hallway in the hospital, that was good. But everything else.
And that's another thing, like that. But if you think about that one scene, and then backdoor, why was he not able to do that again? Like he stopped. Like why would you not do that when you get beat up by the Fantastic Four? Just kill him with your mind, like you've done everybody else.
My question is, just before we get back to Deadpool.
Yeah.
You literally had Dr. Doom for 2 movies.
Yeah.
And then you have him again for this.
Yeah.
They couldn't have any other villain?
Well, I mean, Dr. Doom technically wasn't a villain in 2 at first. I guess Galactus was supposed to be the villain in 2. He was in it. He kind of helped him out.
Shout out to the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, Silver Surfer was the villain for like the first half of the movie, and then he wasn't the villain. I don't know.
Then he fell in love.
Anyway,
let's get
So the point that I'm making is just Fox has had a spotty track record with movies.
Yeah.
So it's just, I feel like with Deadpool 1, they had a chance to reinvigorate the character. Oh, and we didn't mention the Wolverine, first Wolverine movie, but they had a chance with Deadpool to kind of reinvigorate their franchise with. They could have had Deadpool be the like the flag bearer for their company, and from what I've seen from the first one, they definitely were going in the right direction. It's just for me, Deadpool 2 was I didn't like I felt like and I could be wrong, but a lot of the stuff just was not landing. Yeah. Like the jokes didn't land, the action didn't feel great. Like it had the action they were doing was like, oh, that's pretty cool to look at, this and the third. But like halfway in the movie, I'm just like, this movie is not good. Like it just was. I was like, oh, this is. Like I said at the beginning, it felt like they tried too hard. It's not. It wasn't fun. Yeah. The first one was fun. This one was just like forced.
Right. This kind of reminded me of Kingsman, the second Kingsman movie, where the first one was such a good hit and it was a surprise hit, and I think the director was like,
let's rehash what we did.
Yeah, let's take what we did in the first movie and just make it better.
You didn't like Kingsman 2?
No. Like the more that I thought about it, I ended up the first time I saw it, I thought it was decent, and then I saw it again because I wasn't sure how I felt afterwards, and I was like, there's some stuff that I really, really like about that movie.
No, I like Kingsman 2.
I like the first one so much.
But I like the first one better, but I like Kingsman 2.
So another sticking back to my my gray area. There's one more character in my gray area. I'm not sure how I feel about him. That's Cable, Josh Brolin.
Yes,
Thanos.
I felt like I felt like Josh Brolin. I mean, he's probably one of the best actors around. So of course he's gonna do well in the role.
Sure.
But I didn't know how much I liked the role.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like. I mean, like the character, excuse me, not the role. I felt like he was comic book accurate, in my opinion. I felt like he came across like how I pictured him from the comic book standpoint. That's how I would have pictured him on screen. I just felt like some of the things that they did in the movie, they didn't give him time to. They didn't develop the character more than what they should. They should have developed it.
Yeah.
Developed him. I felt like. And this is kind of being nitpicky, but the scene where he goes into the prison, I was like, okay, so you're telling me you run through all these prisoners and you can't kill this kid? Like, this is the dumbest thing I've seen. And then him and Deadpool go flying out the prison and go sliding down the mountain, and he stops, and I'm like, so why didn't you just go back into the prison and kill him? Like, it just, like, the character motivation, like, and then he's like, okay, now I need y'all's help to stop the convoy. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just...
And that's why Thanos Thanos. Wow. That's why Cable is in my gray area, because I was just like, I'm not sure how to feel about it. I actually like Josh Brolin quite a bit.
Yes. Yes. Great actor.
I think he's great. There's been a few things that I've seen him in that I thought he was fabulous in. And he's very personal and likable.
Yeah.
But he's kind of in my gray area. I thought that joke was funny when Deadpool was like, he's 5'11", not comic book accurate, which is funny.
Yes.
Cable's
he's like 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was actually surprised that they didn't name drop. They didn't tell us his actual name.
Yeah.
And
they just call him Cable.
Yeah, and that they didn't mention his parents, but I guess it wouldn't really matter.
Yeah. I don't know
parents.
if they I don't know if they could or not. I don't know what. But okay, but as far as Cable goes, like it's hard for me to like, was he's crotchety? That's what you expect for him. That I think that was what you want. Was he a badass? Yes.
Yeah, he was cool.
I just felt like
he could have been better.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, so now you're just cool with Deadpool all of a sudden? Just like
it threw me off at one point, because there was a moment when Cable was talking and he was off camera.
Yeah. And
I was like, and then obviously I just saw Infinity War, so Thanos was still in my mind. Yeah. So when he was talking, I was like,
Thanos?
That? I was like, Thanos?
God, is that you?
Right, exactly. I was like, that sounds an awful lot like. But yeah, I think that's probably one of the reasons why I feel Cable is kind of in that weird gray area, because he wasn't developed. Yeah. And but obviously he was very likable though.
Yeah. I mean, let's kind of go into your cons list.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll start with the jokes.
Oh.
So some of the jokes were funny, of course, like the X-Men thing with the door, that was funny.
Yes.
There's a few things when he was like, he called the Domino Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Which is funny, he called, Cable
Thanos.
He mentioned something about, oh shit, what was that one? About the Winter Soldier arm.
Winter Soldier arm, yeah.
Who's my favorite, by the way.
The Matt Damon cameo was funny.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt cameo was funny. Yeah, we just lost 20 minutes of content because unfortunately my trusty producer is not here. Shout out to you, Mia. We love you and we miss you. Please come back.
Please, baby, come back.
I need you. I tried to do this without you and I couldn't. But I think, as we were talking about the cameo, the Brad Pitt cameo, unfortunately we went 20 minutes in. Oh man, I'm sad. I'm sure we have some good content in there. So this next 20 minutes is probably gonna be so trash because you have to rehash what we just talked about.
Yeah.
But yes, the Brad Pitt cameo you said was
funny because Brad Pitt was in talks to play Cable.
Yes, in talks to play Cable.
Concept art of him and everything.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Oh man. Wow, it took me off.
Well, we hadn't gotten to like the real meat of the story quite yet.
The meat of the story was what were we talking about? Like
we were talking about the CGI.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started talking about some of the character motivations. We were just about to get into the character.
Okay, well, so I don't know if we talked about this in the first half or not, but yeah, the CGI. I just kind of go back to things I didn't like about the CGI. So if you heard this already, I apologize. We'll check it in post. So Zazie Domino running through the street.
The car sequence.
The car sequence was horrible.
That was pretty bad.
Juggernaut looked terrible. Colossus looked terrible. Which, again, I think I said this already, but he looked horrible in the first one. But you know, you kind of give it a pass because
he actually seemed more animated in this.
Yes, he seemed like.
Which kind of throws it off because he's metal. So I don't know why his face. I don't know. For some reason, it kind of throws me off because like he's completely metal, but his face moves.
What's crazy is
I don't know. There's something about that seems weird to me.
All these Instagram hoes, I see them do all this crazy stuff with makeup on Instagram with no budget. I've seen people make it look like they were like their face was like. I've seen someone literally do the Toothpaste makeup. So it's just like if they can do stuff like that, why can't you just put makeup on them and make them look metallic?
Right.
Unless the actor, what's the actor? You know what the actor looks like in real life? Because obviously you got to be big.
I don't know. He looks like Colossus looks.
Yeah.
But just imagine that same Colossus dude, but just like regular skin. He looks very much like that, but he's a really, really big guy.
Well, see, I mean, if he's already a big guy, I mean, there's no point in putting a mocap suit on him.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe makeup. See, that's the thing with makeup. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But if you look at, for example, Drax. They could easily make him all CGI, but I feel like him not being CGI makes it better. So
you know what? He would actually be a good Juggernaut, Dave Bautista.
No, I mean,
if you want to do like a practical, smaller Juggernaut, he'd be good.
I didn't like that what they did with Juggernaut. I just really didn't. He was. Just a waste of a character. I do like the fact that they mentioned he was like, oh, I do this. I wore the helmet so my brother can't get in my head. What's funny though in the comic book, Juggernaut is actually not dumb. He's actually pretty smart. He's like Bane almost.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, obviously your brother is Patrick Stewart. So I mean, your brother is Charles Xavier. I mean, you're gonna have some type of intelligence, and technically he's not a mutant.
Like that, then his brother should.
You're right. Technically, he's not a mutant. He got his power from like a gym, like a shrine, if you will. Juggernaut just was not great. He didn't look good. The character was not needed.
Yeah.
I think we talked about Fox's like shitty track record of movies. I don't know if we talked about that in the first 20 or in the next 20, but
it was kind of sprinkled throughout.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, losing that 20 minutes is now it's time for jokes. Let's go ahead and crack some jokes. I mean, but that would kind of be like my issue with Deadpool. It felt like, okay, well, we don't have anything here, so let's put a joke in it.
Right.
And that's what it felt like. Like, the jokes were not, like, they weren't funny. And I'm not saying all the jokes weren't funny, because they did have their moments where they started off funny, and then it's going too long.
Yeah,
the joke's going.
I think, you know what, I think when the movie took a turn was right the first time when his light comes on in his eye with Cable. After that scene, I feel like the movie really takes a huge dive.
Okay.
Which is like the first, 10, 20
Damn.
minutes of the film. Like, I felt like after that it kind of started to go on a major incline.
Yeah.
Decline.
For me, what caused the movie to have an issue is they were trying to make things last for too long. It was like, it's just, okay, get to the point. Like the prison scene. Was it cool? Yes, but like, come on, get to the point. Get to like, it's just.
But I never even felt like the movie even got to the point, because even as the movie ended, I was like, what's the point of this? It was kind of the same way. I loved Logan, but the whole like getting the kids across the border thing, I didn't really quite. And I'm never gonna watch that movie again because I don't want to put myself through that emotional turmoil. Oh my god, I was dying in that theater. Side note, as when that movie ended, I sat there for like 5 minutes just crying my heart out. But even at the end of that movie, I was like, what was the point of this? I don't really know. But it seems to me that the whole mutant experimentation situation is just the only plot they can come up with.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me because there's so many amazing X-Men stories, and I know that one is probably like the most, you know, it causes some really cool, you know, conversation and blah blah blah, cool visual effects potentially and whatever. But I'm like, there's got to be something else. But I just felt like once, you know, Josh Brolin showed up, that was like the movie was just swoop, and then the X-Force team came together.
Oh, shout out to and I guess I can't really blame them for this because they clearly filmed these around the same time. But shout out to them colonizing the Wakanda Forever pose
and the Wonder Woman pose.
Yeah, shout out to colonizing that. You just when Deadpool did it, I was like, chicken's unseasoned, bro.
There's a meme that I came across on Twitter just yesterday. I should have put it in the group chat. But it was Deadpool, like he was like, yeah, X-Force, and then Black Panther showed up and he was like, I've been doing this, and then Wonder Woman showed up, he's like, I've been doing this, and then Wolverine said, I've been doing this for 17 years, and I was like, oh my god, so it's gotta be a better pose.
Yeah, we gotta find a better pose. Wakanda, it should be the Wakanda Forever pose forever.
But they don't even do that in the comic books.
I mean, but
Wonder Woman at least does this.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
You know, with Wonder Woman pose and with Black Panther's pose, they're two different.
I mean, I'm just putting it this way. For like 2 weeks straight after seeing Black Panther, if you dap me up and you didn't instantly jump to Wakanda Forever pose,
yeah, you ain't
like you're not allowed to talk to me, bro.
Right.
Like get out of my face. Like, like if you didn't instantly, like I just like you're not shit to me. Also, this is off topic as fuck, but doing that reminded me of when Shuri and Black Panther dap each other up. That was one thing they did in the Black Panther movie really well. They made the brother and sister dynamic like
it seemed real.
Exactly. I felt like their relationship was like relationships that I had with you. Like it feels like I love you, but I hate you at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be antagonistic towards you just because you're my sister.
Him, she was like, my king, and of course just being taunting him. He's like, stop it.
And then when she, for resource purposes,
and then, that's
some shit that I would do to you, like or you would do to me.
And then he was like, does anybody have a royal bond want to fight for the throne? And she's like, me. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, this is not Black Panther. And
we should do one though.
I mean, I actually when we're done with this, let's go back and watch Black Panther and laugh at like the funny stuff that's not supposed to be funny.
But so I have let's go into the story now. If someone were to ask you, what is the story of Deadpool 2? What would you say?
See, that's the thing. The character motivations, I got the character motivations. I think the one thing they did well was they made us feel Cable's pain. Like his wife, his daughter died, and I guess not necessarily in front of him, but like he came and saw their dead bodies, and he knew that he couldn't do anything about it except for I do have the ability to go back in time and kill the person that killed my wife and daughter. But side note, he mentions that the world goes to shit. Like, why did your wife and daughter make you want to go back in time, but the world being horrible didn't make you want to go back in time? So that was a concern. That was a problem with me with the story. But as far as Cable being his character motivations, I got. Deadpool's character motivations, I felt like they were getting there. It just was missing something. I understood that Vanessa died. That was the only only woman he loved. He was about to have a baby with her, start a family. I just felt like they could have honed in on the fact that he wanted to die more. Like it didn't feel like he was trying to die. Now the character motivations that I had the most issues with was with Fire Fist. Like, okay, I get it. You were a tortured kid. You were pretty much abandoned wherever you were at. Yeah. Go kill the guy that was. Was he molesting them? Because they kind of like.
There was like some
hinted at it.
Stuff
yeah, but they didn't really say, so it was kind of confusing.
Who knows what happens in
it was kind of confusing. Yeah. Who knows? That's another thing. They put that as a cameo in the end of Apocalypse, but it, like. Yeah. Was that setting up Deadpool or is it setting up a movie?
It was probably trying to set up another X-Men movie because it was a whole cameo.
Please stop making X-Men movies.
They've got 2 coming out.
Don't release. Put them in the trash. Let Marvel handle it.
Yeah.
Fox,
they literally have 2 movies coming out. They were supposed to come out this year, I think. New Mutants was supposed to come out at the end of the year, and then Dark Phoenix was supposed to come out.
Oh, have you watched Inhumans, by the way? I heard it's unwatchable.
Okay. It's not good, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But I think that I think his name is Anson Mount, the guy who plays Black Bolt. Okay. He does a great job, personally. Because, Deadpool. Black Bolt obviously can't talk.
Yeah.
You know, the comics, he's got some, like, you know, mind waves that he puts out that people can understand him. And, of course, Medusa, his wife, is the only one who can understand him, but he does sign language in the film, in the show. I think that was good. In that show, I liked that each of the, Inhumans, the family members, they actually felt like a family. They actually felt like they really did care about each other and that they had problems. But the story around those characters weren't good. So I think if you were to take that same cast, maybe change a few characters, and then put them in the movie that they were supposed to come out with, I think it could work. I think you keep the same actor, because a lot of people don't like the actor, but I thought he was good, especially since he can't talk. Yeah.
So this should tell you how much Deadpool 2 was not great.
We're not even talking about it.
A lot of the things we keep veering off. If we were to talk about Deadpool 1, I would probably have a hard time not staying on topic, because Deadpool 1 was so much going on in the movie. It just was so good, and I think it kind of was because we didn't expect it. It was like I personally didn't think that. I was like, they're not gonna land this right. I'm gonna go see it. I ended up seeing it in the movie theater like 2 or 3 times, and I actually own the Blu-ray. Yeah, I do. It was on sale during Christmas season last year. Nice. And so, well, 2 years ago. Well, I don't remember my body. It doesn't matter. It's just Deadpool 2. The character. As far as the story goes, like the holes in the story, like I mentioned this earlier. Cable goes into the prison, runs through the prison, can't kill the kid. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. So they fall out the prison, and he just doesn't decide to go back into the prison. Like that would have been the next. It would have been easier to go. It's not like you fell into the water or anything like that.
I mean, there was a I don't know how much time passed between him falling on the mountain and them loading those kids into the boat. I mean, not the boat, the truck. So I don't know.
Clearly, quite a bit of time happened, because you got to get all of them onto the truck.
Yeah, I literally just saw this movie. Like, what time is it? I literally just saw this movie like 2 hours ago, and I don't remember some of it.
Well, let's put it this way: he had time. Deadpool had time to get off the mountain, go to find his friends.
Change his clothes, grow his body back.
He didn't have. That was later. Later. That was go get set up interviews for new people to join the crew.
What was Cable's ass doing the whole time?
What was he doing the whole time? Thank you. Like what was going on where Cable? So and then they go, and then finally they do the parachute scene. Another one of the jokes that it was going on for too long. It's just the whole parachute scene was just. I was like, okay, get to the point.
I figured those guys were gonna die because they didn't put any emphasis on them. Like we didn't even know that they were in the movie until that very, very last.
Well, I thought at least Terry Crews was gonna be in there.
I think that was just like a cool
cameo.
Yeah, I wish I knew who those characters were.
Yeah,
because I think that would have been a lot better. But shout out to Bill Skarsgård. I like that guy. He's actually the same age as you, I think.
Well, clearly he's got a lot better life than I got. But it's.
Yeah. Have you seen it? The movie It?
Yeah, I didn't care to.
I
don't like scary movies. Like
I don't like scary movies, but I was in there.
Yeah, scary movies don't scare me. They make me laugh. So it's
that movie definitely made me laugh. But let's talk about the obviously the character. Okay.
Actually, before we forget, I was thinking of jokes that like they tried to go and they weren't landing.
Yeah.
The X-Men trainee joke, every time they said it, it got funnier. So you can make a joke last a whole movie. It just
because there are people that didn't even know him. It was like, oh, trainee.
Yeah, it was like
T-shirt that he wears.
That was funny. That was funny. And that's something you can have go out throughout the whole movie. A joke that they kept going back to was like, how's the X-Men trainee? Yeah. And just like people that didn't even know.
How do you feel about the Peter dude? The regular human being.
I thought it was funny, but they kind of gave the joke away in the trailer, so it's like, yeah,
Trailers, man, they ruin a lot sometimes.
That's why I don't watch trailers anymore. Like, people get so excited about, the Infinity War trailer, and they try to break down the trailer, and most of the time they're always wrong. I just don't, I try not to watch trailers. Like, I watch them in the theater. I always make sure I get to the theater on time to see the trailer. Speaking of Purge, I want to see the first Purge. because I was like, I like the story. It looked like they're gonna try and do with. It's clear. It's like, okay, so we're gonna kill the niggas off. That's how we're gonna fix.
Okay, speaking of trailers, I don't know how your movie went, but I had like.
I saw it in Dolby because I got money. Shout out to T-Mobile Tuesday, $5 ticket, $4 ticket. Yeah.
I don't know how many trailers you have, but we had like 8 trailers, and by the time our movie starts, the lights were still on. Like that's how long our trailers. But it ended up like once like the first 2 minutes of the film, the lights went off. But there was a lot.
Did you have the Grinch trailers?
We didn't have. We just had the Grinch kind of show up every now and then.
Right.
Like, starts
so
the film like that. Which, by the way, Benedict Cumberbatch is voicing that, and that's not Benedict Cumberbatch's voice. And if it is, that sounds awful.
Yes, I did not. I'm not happy with what I saw so far for the Grinch. And that is definitely one of my favorite characters. Stop trying to make Benedict Cumberbatch work. He's ugly as fuck.
I don't care if he's ugly. He's a good actor, and his voice is epic. Shout out to Smog. I didn't realize this, going back to Deadpool. Oh, trailers. All of the trailers at the beginning of my film. Mission Impossible looks great. I'm going to see that.
I'm going to see that, yes.
But as far as the motivation with Cable, going back to him, it didn't get hit until I was literally driving over here. I was watching this and I was like, why does he want to kill his kid so bad? And then I was driving home and I was like, oh, he grows up to kill his wife.
That didn't hit you?
I was like, it didn't hit me until the very end. Like, literally driving home on the highway and I'm like, oh, that was the same dude. Because like, I know they showed his face, but like, obviously they don't look, it didn't correlate. And I was like, why does he care about this kid so much? And I was like, oh.
Or, why don't you just go back in time and, kill him before he gets to your family? I mean, that would make a little bit more sense.
Right? All you have to do is go back like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Or tell your wife and daughter to get the freak out. And,
but I get what he was saying. Like, I guess because he gets his first kill, I kill him now, and he gets the taste for blood. But the problem is, by keeping him alive, you set him up to eventually get his first kill. I mean, let's be real. It's the X-Men. They have killed, so he's gonna get his first kill.
I mean, he was literally killing he was trying to kill when he met him. He was trying to get rid of that doctor dude.
That's another thing that they tried to make work, the pin shank.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny. It was funny the first time. They kept trying to make it funny. It just wasn't funny. Fire Fist.
I want to know. Because when Vanessa died, he went to that purgatory thing. She was like, your heart's not in the right place. And Deadpool's like, okay, I gotta go figure out how to get my heart in the right place. And when they were in the first time we see Fire Fist and he's like freaking out with the cops and they put him in the prison, Deadpool wasn't even trying to get to know this kid. He was like, I don't like this kid, screw this kid, And then he was still protecting him at the same time when Cable shows up. And then he was just like, the whole point of this was to get Deadpool to care about this kid, especially since they were just talking about having kids. So that kind of took the place of the kid, which is whatever. But to me, it was like, I didn't feel like they even cared about each other because they spent half of the movie not really bonding, and then they spent the other half fighting each other. So I was just like, if this is supposed to get your heart in the right place, Wade, you gotta do better.
And the storyline wise, I just got so annoyed at the end where he does save Fire Fist from killing. So now y'all just cool with him after he just destroyed.
A lot.
Y'all ain't mad no more. It just was. It was just dumb. And like, oh, we're now a family. Now we're all good. Shout out another funny thing. I don't know how to say this. Is it Dopinder?
Dopinder, yeah.
The TJ Miller scenes with him, like not letting him be a contract killer, was pretty funny.
Yeah. I like that character.
But that's the problem with this movie. Like, who's the bad guy really? Because Fire Fist, I get why. I don't think that he was a bad guy. I mean, you're gonna go angry. Yeah. See, first off, you're a kid. It's hard to be angry at a kid. Yeah. Especially a kid that was possibly not getting his butt tampered with.
God damn.
Yes. I don't know if he was. I mean, he did say he had a prison wallet. So I mean.
Oh my
It's a good chance he was getting his butt blown out.
No, don't say that. I just finished watching 13 Reasons Why. Now I want to hear.
Yo, I heard about somebody getting raped in the bathroom.
Dude, I literally just got done watching that show yesterday.
Yeah.
And that there was a Twitter, people on Twitter like, just be careful around this many minutes. I was like not prepared because I wasn't expecting it to be the way that it was. I was expecting like, oh, a man rapes a woman.
Yeah.
It's not like that at all.
Yeah, I heard it was dude on dude.
Spoiler if you haven't seen the show yet.
13 inches wise.
They literally take the back of a mop and like ram it up the dude's ass. And I was
like prison.
Yeah, but like he wasn't even like doing this. He was just like pushing it in there, and like I was like, you should probably go to the hospital instead of going to shoot up the school. He didn't. They ended up stopping him. But instead of going to do that, first of all, there's only one person you should kill. Yeah. You don't have to shoot up the whole school. I mean, and second, literally, you should go to the hospital because I'm pretty sure you have internal
injuries.
At this
Boy,
point,
you was getting your butt played with.
You're calling as fuck. Like you need to get some help.
You getting your butt tampered with.
Like,
fuck that.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's 13 reasons why I killed myself. Why? I took 13 inches. That's why.
Dude,
shit.
That's a whole other podcast, that show. Because
I never watched it. I don't particularly care to see 13 reasons why you want to kill yourself.
I have problems in the show, but yeah, the whole Deadpool Russell situation. I was like, you take a bullet for him, which. I appreciate though with continuity situations that, because for some reason in my mind, because of how the movie was going, I was thinking that they weren't going to even touch on it, but when they put the collar on the neck, and Deadpool's cancer comes back, and he was like dying, I was like, I'm glad that they remembered the fact that
he is dying from cancer.
Forgot.
But where did you get the collar from to bring it? Like, where did you just pop that out of his bed? Where did you get that? I mean, I guess technically in the comic book he can randomly pull out random guns and stuff, so I guess
he's like Harley Quinn. Here's a mallet that you carry around. How does that fit in your pocket? You don't even have a pocket. Anyway.
So I guess but all in all, and we do need to wrap up here soon. All in all,
it's not a good film. There's good parts. The action is good. Domino's great. The cameos were. Some of the jokes were funny. But there's just no story. Like there's nothing to hold on to.
It was all, to me, it was all flash, no substance. And I have funny things to say about this movie. I
don't care enough.
I don't, yeah, right. I got more funny things to say about this 13 inches wide, getting your booty played with. Oh my god, that show. Getting your butt blown out.
Trigger warning if you're going to watch 13 Reasons Why. Just a major trigger.
I'll be real with you, man. That's some white people shit there. Like, why did you instantly think, like, no, we're going to fuck this kid up? Yeah, let's jump him. Let's put the boots to his ass. No.
Yeah.
Let's put the broomstick in his ass. What? I mean, huh?
Like as soon as he dragged that mop over, I was like, what are they gonna? And I was like, oh nope, no.
So they actually show like it going in, or like?
No, they you could see the guy behind with the mop, and there was like two other dudes like pushing him in the toilet and like holding his mouth so that way people can't hear him. Yeah. So they only show like the dude's face, like. You know how like on Sons of Anarchy they only show like the front half, and in the back it's like that, and then whenever it was done, there was a quick flash of the broom or the mop, and there was blood on it. Like it was a lot.
My thing, here's the thing, like what did he do? Like I mean, like
he just like so there was like this whole like rape situation that happened in the last season.
So he raped somebody? He raped somebody?
No, the guy that raped him, his friend raped one of his friends.
Oh god, there's a pack of rapists.
There's just like a whole bunch of rapes going around. They like burned rapists in the field.
Yeah, what's going on?
They were like took pictures. It's like a bunch of stupid random.
So the guy that got his butt destroyed, he was friends with the rapist.
No, he was friends with the girl that got raped.
Okay, so he was friends with the girl that got raped. So
the guy that raped him with the broom is friends with the guy who raped the girl that he was friends with.
Oh god, this is quite. These guys are serial rapists. What is going on in these schools?
It's a serious situation. But yeah, we can talk about 13 Reasons Why.
Let's not
have problems, but
13 inches why.
But overall, if you were to give Deadpool a grade,
D minus.
You
passed, but
barely.
Yeah, like.
You have to try again. You have to try again.
Like, you passed, like, your mom sucked off the teacher. That's how you passed. That's like, you ultimately you failed.
Right?
But.
And screw you, Ryan Reynolds, for 2 seconds because you kicked Tim Miller off this movie because he was trying to make it good and you were like, let's make it funny.
Yeah, it was. The jokes were annoying. Yeah, I'd say D minus.
I think I would agree with that. I think I would have to agree with that.
Yeah, so. All in all, us at Antisocial, at the Antisocial Media, we didn't like the film.
I don't hate it, but I also am never gonna see it again.
I don't see myself sitting through it again. I mean, maybe I need to see it again just to be like, okay, let me put my bias to the side and try again. But
I don't want to put myself through that.
Yeah, it just emotionally, Deadpool 2, it just.
It's not good.
I'm about to give my 13 reasons why.
Not good.
Yeah, I didn't like Deadpool 2. Deadpool 1 was amazing, and I don't want this to come off as biased because we did do the Marvel list, and a lot of people that I talked to was like, oh, you just don't like Marvel. I actually like both Marvel and DC. I don't have a preference. I mean, I have my own preference, but it's like I like pizza, I like chicken. I just personally like pizza a little bit more than chicken.
Right. Same here.
So I do like DC a little bit more than Marvel, but I'm not gonna be one of those people that will be like, oh well, DC's better than Marvel, Marvel's better than DC.
Yeah.
Obviously the movies, Marvel has more of a catalog than DC, so obviously their movies are gonna be better. The point I'm making is that I'm not saying that because I am a DC fan. I'm saying that because it wasn't a good movie.
Good.
I mean, like, I'm not blind to the fact that, you know, things like Suicide Squad, and I get why people didn't like Justice League and Batman vs Superman. I get your reason why y'all didn't like it.
There's a lot of people recently that have been talking about Man of Steel. So
Man of Steel was good.
I liked it. People were like, it's mad. I'm like, what? That movie's great.
I thought, I won't go great. I'll say good, not great. But as far as this particular movie goes, and the proof, I guess, I don't know if I feel like I need to prove this, but Deadpool 1 is probably one of my at least top 10 favorite comic book movies.
You can get that.
So
it was a major surprise. I went to see that movie in the morning on a Friday, and I was like, let's go see this, because there was like 2 people in my theater because it was early in the morning, and I had a great time in that movie.
Well, see, I went with our cousin in the middle of the day, like on a Wednesday. So, shout out to you, Rich, if you're watching this. We had a bros day that day, so I mean it was a fun day. But as far as Deadpool 2, I just
not gonna do it.
I don't have any good memories.
Make it Deadpool 3. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. This ultimately, I would have to say Deadpool 2 was a letdown. It was one long joke that didn't land, almost similar to
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Galaxy 2, yes. But I actually like Deadpool 2 more than Guardians of the Galaxy. To me, they're both boring.
Yeah.
Because Deadpool 2, it just was the story. It just
there was just no story. I was so confused. I was like, "What is the story here?"
It's just there
like,
was so many things.
I don't get it.
Yeah, it's like so many, and it's not like I didn't get it because it was going over my head. I didn't get it because it just wasn't.
It didn't make sense.
Things weren't lining up. Things weren't making sense. Like, you're telling me y'all had time to gather our whole crew, get a plane somehow, jump out this plane. Like, what is taking y'all so long? What's taking Cable so long to kill this kid?
Yeah.
Like, just go back into prison, dumbass. Like,
right.
The prison is in shambles. You've killed everybody. Just go back in there.
Yeah.
And then in the between time of Deadpool growing his legs back and Russell going to kill a boy at the Essex house, like, what took you so long to get there? How far is this from like it's? I mean, you got Juggernaut with you. Y'all can. I mean, I guess y'all probably do have to walk. I mean, it's not like he can fit on a plane or in a car.
Big slow dude.
Yeah, I guess, but like people didn't see that. Like y'all didn't have like anything in between going there and like. I mean, you're fat as fuck. He's big as shit. Y'all are gonna stick out. I mean, it's just things like that. It was just ultimately annoying. Ryan Reynolds. Your shtick is...
Leave Green Lantern alone, we get it, it was bad.
Yeah.
But you wanted to do it, so shut it.
I mean, Green Lantern was horrible.
It's not a good movie.
Sad part about it is it might not be the worst thing Ryan Reynolds ever did. I mean, just put that out there.
True.
But all in all, Deadpool 2 just was not it. And I don't know if you have any closing things to say, but...
I don't have anything closing to say, but have you seen Deadpool out there? And if you have... let us know what you think.
Yeah, put it in the comments. And actually, I would prefer negative comments on this. I personally like to laugh at these type of comments. So I mean, if you do want to drop a comment, do your thing. But Deadpool 2 here at Antisocial Media on the Antisocial Commentary Podcast. I think we're going to give it a D-.
Yep.
Just like that boy in 13 Reasons Why I got the D.
That's not a good joke. It's so too soon.
It's a mop. But 13 Inches Wide. Shout out to I don't know who makes those. Netflix. I don't
yeah, Netflix does it.
So yeah. Let's
wrap it up.
Yeah, that's it.
X-Force out.
Yeah, shout out to the colonization of the Wakanda Forever post.
God,
Let's get up out of here.
I hate everything.
Oh God.